Call Paul.
Call Paul, man.
Call
Ticketmaster on this show. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Terrorizer before that. Fear of Napalm. Napalm Death. Suffer the Children.
Funky song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been listening to so far. But
So the ticket situation.
yeah, let's talk about the ticket situation for this show because the most important thing is that people actually go.
You got to remember, everybody out there that's listening, and spread the word. You can't buy tickets to this event the day of at the door. There will be no ticket sales there.
If you don't show up with a ticket, it's going to be a bummer for you.
Yeah.
So get one in advance.
And
the
the-
easiest way to do that.
So yeah, what's the websites, people?
brownpapertickets.com. That's going to be the easiest one to get to if you want to just buy your tickets online. If you're in the Southern California area, there's different places that you guys can check out. There's all the record stores, Headline Records in right off of Melrose near Fairfax High School. There's also the what's it called? Dr. Strange out in Rancho Cucamonga for anybody in the Inland Empire, San Bernardino, Riverside counties. It'll be easier for you to get there. There's also the Treasure Pot Thai restaurant in
Lock and Shock.
Lock and Shock in Montebello.
So for people who aren't going to make the trip out, brown paper tickets, though, that's the link online.
Yes,
You can also go on the website. It's Grindcore Noise.
with a Z. Yeah.
And there's all the infos on there too.
Okay.
It's also linked to all
Grindcorenoise.com.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you look that up, and that'll have all the information on where you can get tickets for the show. And once again, the date is September
14.
14th.
Yep.
And it starts early. Doors open at 2, so...
Be there
So,
early.
yeah,
Early.
and there aren't exactly any slouch bands on the show, so make
No,
sure you
absolutely
get there
not.
early, otherwise you're going to miss some killer bands.
No, you've got Endless Demise, you've got Nausea, you've got
Blood Cum.
Repulsion, you've got Blood Cum, you've got all kinds of crazy bands coming out. So all you grindcore lovers out there, just be sure to come to this show. It's going to be the best.
Yeah, you got to show that Endless Demise is playing a little early. That's a pretty special event.
Right.
There's no slouches, man. That's Victor and Vito. Those guys are OG. So, and of course, Excruciating Terror.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
boys.
And
They're back. Anarchus.
Anarchus. So we listen to some Anarchus now?
Let's do it, man.
What's up, Eric?
Eric?
We're going to send this out to the mighty
Love you.
Anarchus, playing the
Nausea
Grindcore show,
rules. But here's Anarchus.
September 14th.
And all our Mexican friends. All
Yeah.
in Mexico.
They're coming from
All the
Mexico.
Canada,
Grinders.
and all the rest.
We love you.
We're going to reach back to 1990, title track from Final Fall of the Gods here on KXLU. Stay tuned, lots more Grindcore, lots more information about the show.
I hope the mic was cut.
Okay, yeah, this is the channel that wants to fuck up, but here it goes. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's the riff. It's totally out of tune, but that's
Hey.
the cool part of it.
Yeah, whatever.
I was on bass.
You don't need any drum rolls on that. Eric knew what was up with
Yeah, he's not Dave Lombardo.
Yeah, Dave Lombardo didn't have nothing on Eric there.
Yeah.
So what was that? That was Oscar Garcia on vocals and guitar,
Yeah.
Cosmo on bass.
Actually, we did both guitars. We just tuned down really low and used some bass
Ah,
amps
okay.
and did some really crazy stuff there.
And then, of course, Eric from Nausea on drums.
Yeah. That was before Nausea. I can't exactly remember, but it was sometime around that era that we were actually doing it in Eric's garage on near Tommy's, the original Tommy's over there in Silver Lake. We used to go there and rehearse and just hang out there in Eric's garage. Oscar lived right around the corner. And we used to go around skateboarding and doing all kinds of crazy stuff around there with Eric and everybody.
Nice. We wanted to get a little bit into when Cosmo
Yeah,
met Jesse for the first time.
please,
So
let's
let's talk about some history here. So all you kids take some notes. So the last time on the
I'll take notes,
the
too.
Hellheim radio, Cosmo was up there telling some crazy stories about the old days. So I just wanted to pick his brain and go back to the early days, see if he remembers when he first met Jesse. So take it away, brother.
Yeah, the first time I met him was, we were in junior high actually. We were going to school together and, let me get a little comfortable here. We were going to school together. And actually met him, I think it was during a food fight that we were having, throwing burritos around and shit like that. That fool was always doing something silly like that. So we started hanging out a bit. And then I remember he told me I play in a rock and roll band. I was like, oh shit, I was intrigued, man. I was like, let me get out there with this guy. So I was, so we were hanging out, and that's a couple of weeks after that's when I met Oscar, and then we started hanging out. And that's when they had the band called Bitter Sin. Bitter Sin was one of their first bands, and the thing I remember most about this band is they had a sign right up in Oscar's back, kind of back area, and it said Bitter Sin, and I guess they were still during rehearsal mode because it said coming soon. And like, what the heck? Coming soon to a theater or driving near you or what? But it was kind of crazy. And then after that, we just started rehearsing. We had Oscar's, I think it was his cousin Raymond on drums. We went through a few drummers before we met Pete and Eric. So we had Oscar's cousin Raymond on drums, and he was cool for a bit. Once we met, oh, I'm sorry, we had Fish, a good old friend of ours. He was on drums for a while with us. And after Fish came Pete. Pete came and pretty much took over the show once Fish decided to leave the band.
Pete was younger cat.
Oh man, Pete was, yeah, he was a lot younger, and he was just, he's been crazy ever since back then, man. That dude's, we used to finish a song, and all of a sudden he'd stand up and start shouting, Block Saba! Like, what's going on with this guy? But he was, he used to do that double bass thing with the single bass pedal. I'm like, whoa, this dude. And I was really impressed by Pete, man. He was a really good drummer, awesome player.
Yeah, eventually developed into one of the best we've ever heard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So what about the recording that we just heard? Do you remember recording that, or how did that go?
I briefly remember that took place in Eric's garage. He used to live upstairs. The garage was downstairs, and that was in Silver Lake area where I was telling you guys. And I think it might have been with one of these 2-inch or 1-inch machines type of deal, where somehow Oscar got a hold of one. I think his uncle, because his uncle was also a musician. Uncle John, I remember him. He was really cool, man. He was also a musician, and he had this it was either a 2-inch or a 1-inch machine. Could have been a 1/2 inch, because the tape was really small. But Oscar somehow figured out how to work it, so he started recording. And that's when Oscar was the main one that did all the riffs and everything. He was always the brainchild of Majesty and Ozzy and stuff like that. Eric and I, we were along for a really good ride, man. It was a lot of fun back then.
He's still doing it too.
Yeah. Oh man, these guys are still at it. They're playing the show Grindcore, and I can't wait to see them. Every time I see them, I've seen them several times throughout the years, and every time I see them, I'm just equally impressed every time.
Yeah, they've had their ups and downs over the years, and this lineup especially is the best they've sounded in a really long time.
They've got some good people on there. Yeah,
just some power,
I agree.
Just
we
the
should get
kind
Majesty on board to play the show. That's what the band we
Majesty
need.
come back.
Majesty come back for
Majesty
Grindcore.
said.
That'd be awesome.
You never know what could happen. You never say no, so you never know what might happen.
Never know.
Well, it's kind of funny that you guys got together and created this noise that influenced the world. So, and that's what this show's all about. Not just this radio show, but the Grindcore show itself.
No, it was a fun time in our lives back in our youth with Oscar, Jesse, Eric, Pete. We had a blast. We were skateboarding. I remember another friend of ours, Garvey. Well, actually, his name is Alfred, but he used to love Steve Garvey, the Dodgers
player,
baseball
yeah.
player. So he said, "Call me Garvey." And I'm like,
Garvey.
all right. But then one time we started, for some other reason, we started calling him Gigi. That's what stuck to him at the end. But I think he's with Liquor Local now or something like that. I don't know. He's a good player. He's an awesome bass player. He's a really good guy. Awesome bass player. He's cool.
Actually, I promoted a show over at AWS shop a few years ago, and Garvey was back on bass for that show. And they sounded great that night too.
Yeah.
The outdoor arena. That was a fun show too. I wanted to get into some of the music you guys were influenced by back in the day, but I guess let's get into some music on this show for a bit, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
You guys want to hear some Repulsion?
I think they're playing that show too.
Grindcore!
Yeah.
Play a couple of tracks.
They're headlining the show.
And most importantly, they are headlining this show.
Maybe Scott and Matt even live around here these days. They might be listening.
I know, hopefully so. But
Hi, guys.
You'll see them on the 14th headlining the show at the Vex. And hopefully you might hear this track, Eaten Alive, from Horrified, coming up next here.
Horrified!
Yeah.
Good segment.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There's a couple shits in there. Not a big deal, I guess.
What's that?
Well,
No, not really, no. I mean,
There's been much worse for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He dropped shit twice. I got it.
You know me, man.
It's on the Grindcore page, not Grindcore Noise. It's on Grindcore Facebook page.
Nelson caught me doing it like a few weeks ago, and it was really bad. He was like just shaking his head at me. I've been doing this show for 10 years. I probably cursed on the air twice. So fuck you, Nelson.
That's our other guitar player. He's his partner on the show.
Yeah.
Usually. But he's we're going to play a fest Saturday, so he's picking up the U-Haul tomorrow morning.
What
early,
kind of fest? That's what we're talking about.
Portland.
Portland, yeah.
Portland, yeah.
This Saturday?
Who else is
We're
on
playing
it?
Saturday.
He sung my show.
Poison Idea,
Okay.
Ghoul, Vaughn, Insanity, Toxic Holocaust. Who else?
A few other LA
Bunch of-
bands.
yeah.
Bloody? Is Bloody Phoenix on it?
No.
They're not. They're on the other one, right?
They're doing Dead Fest.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Dead Fest.
And then they go to Europe.
These songs are so short, I can probably play like 2 or 3 of them. Is there another one you like off of here?
Stench.
Yeah, that's always good.
Thanks for bringing that. Cool.
I mean, I think there's only one non-blast beat song, that's Radiation.
KXLU 9 FM, Los Angeles. We've all been horrified, and we're all part of the condemned system. So some nausea in there, and several repulsion tracks as well.
That was awesome.
We're here talking about the Grindcore show. In case you just joined us, September 14th at the Vex. Jesse Pintado tribute.
Get your tickets now.
Don't wait. Brown paper
Don't.
tickets.
Be there.
I'll be
Lock
posting
and
some
shock.
information on the KXLU Metalstorm Facebook page, but also make sure you head over to Grindcore Noise with the Z.com, and they got all the information there too. And, yeah.
There's also a Grindcore Facebook page, so you go an event page. Just type in the search Grindcore, and you'll see it. You'll see it there on there. It'll come up. Yeah, tribute to Jesse Pintado's subtitle for it. So just go ahead and take a look at it, and then go ahead and hit going.
Yeah, exactly. Then go to the show.
And then go. There's links to all the other Facebook pages of stores that have tickets in that area.
Don't click
And then don't click maybe, because maybe it's just indecisive.
Don't be a poser.
And if indecisive, people just don't go anywhere. So it's better to just hit go.
Be at the show.
Yeah.
That's the message
Do
to
it.
take away.
Just go to the show. And then there's, like I said, there's also a link to brown paper tickets to buy the tickets, because there are no tickets going to be available at the door.
None.
Very important.
None.
So we got some more stories we can share.
Kind of
Jesse?
meat does a
Yeah, we were
priest
talking
eat on
to
Friday.
Cosmo about the good old days, and before we get into Emma's Pancake House, my curiosity was Cosmo. My question was, what are some of the bands that you guys that inspired you guys to kind of take it to that next level? You know, what are some of the bands that you listen to that it's like, oh, this is, I know that I want to do this. And you guys just started jamming. Who really inspired you guys?
There were so many bands that did that, but I remember one in particular. And the reason Oscar started singing, we were just talking about, you were just saying how he's got one of the most unique voices in extreme music. And the way he started this was, we had another guy that was singing with us. His name was Philip. And he sounded a lot like Bathory. And man, that was one of our favorite bands, so we had him in the fucking group, and for whatever reason, he decided to, excuse me, he decided to leave. And Oscar said, you know what? Oscar said, you know what, man? So then I can do this. I can sing. Just let me try it. Let me try it out. I can do it. I know I can. So we did the first few tracks with him, and we were like, man, this guy can really do it. And he just kept doing it, and he just got better and better. And, he's got the voice now, and you can tell his voice when you hear his song, for sure.
You hear it a mile away, man.
Yeah, it really stands out.
Yeah, got the heart of a lion. That's usually how that stuff works out too. Like, oh, you know what? Let me do it. Let me just do it. A lot of singers started out that way. That's awesome though. Now we were talking about fond memories of Jesse, and then you started talking about ditching school, eating some pancakes. So let's get into that, and we'll get Emma out here too. I love pancakes.
Yeah, it's late at night.
We used to
the
cut
metalheads are
school a
hungry.
little
Let's
bit,
get about
Jesse
some
and I.
pancakes.
And, this is what back when he was living in HP, Huntington Park. We used to cut school sometimes. I mean, every once in a while we used to go back because we knew his parents weren't home. Jesse's parents. We used to go back there, and somehow or another he used to convince his sister Emma to make us some pancakes, which they were really good, by the way. But yeah, I don't think she was too happy with it. But they were really good. Thanks a lot, Emma. Really.
Emma, do you remember this?
Yeah, I do remember. I was a
She's
kid.
How old were you?
No, I think I was.
She could have been 13, 14, I don't know. We were
14?
in high school, so she was just
Twisted
yeah.
my arm every time to bribe me.
Emma, but your pancakes are better.
We'll give you terrorizer demos.
That's right.
Yeah, come on, the cause is here.
The cause.
There's so many fond memories of me growing up with Jesse as a brother. I mean, he was just musically talented since he was a kid. So I was always impressed by his ability to just learn. Like he just would, whatever he wanted to do, he would just learn it and he would just master it. And that was like a big, I looked up to that. When he started playing, I mean, he was self-taught. I mean, he would just be in the room just over and over playing, Judas Priest or Iron Maiden, So those are my fond memories of him. And once he joined Napalm, that was a big, transition for me as my brother leaving. But, we were very proud of him. Like, he really worked really hard. He really followed his passion. And throughout the Napalm years, I mean, we have tons of fond memories. I mean, good ones, not so good ones, but the ultimate thing is that he did what he loved. So now we're here to.
And that was Grindcore. He loved it, yeah.
And also I want to add to that, thanks to my dad, hi Dad, I know he's listening. He really supported him throughout his whole career, let's say. I mean,
He used to drive us to the gigs.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was like, I'm going to buy you an amp. And when, that was expensive. And, Dad, I want this guitar. And my dad's like, well, But he somehow managed to do it and helped and supported him. And even when he came up to my parents, like, I remember clearly, they were at the dinner table and said, I'm going to join Napalm Death in England. And I'm leaving to Birmingham. My parents were like, what the hell, like, what? Where is Birmingham? And they were just like, okay,
Estás loco.
Yeah. I mean, I miss him a lot, and just by having this show is great for us and his friends and family. So it's real special for us to do this, and I'm really grateful and really amazed at the amount of support that we're getting from like all the grinder communities out there. I mean, if you go on our Grindcore event page on Facebook, it's just out of control. I mean, people are sharing videos and pictures. I mean, I get all kinds of stuff and stories and messages, I mean, from all over the world that Jesse has influenced in their music and their bands. So we're still really proud. And for us, this event is it hits home. And
it's good and comforting to know that he's touched so many lives. Not only in music, he was a good guy all around.
Oh yeah, he was a great.
I remember as kids, we were a little bit older. I used to go to his house out there in Fontana, or he was actually already in England, but when he used to come out here, I used to go out to Fontana to his pad, and every once in a while we'd go out and get some beer and stuff. So one day he comes in and he's got this homeless guy with him. I'm like, what are you doing? So he decided to give him a ride to wherever he was going to go. He goes, I'm going to give him a ride, man. I'm like, oh, man. But that's all right. We took him anyway. But guy kind of smelled though, and I was like, ooh, damn, you gonna wash my truck, man. But you know, that's
Well,
the
we
kind of
got-
guy Jesse was. He's just,
Yeah,
He would have loved Mike.
he was a good guy, man, and I'm glad we're doing this for him. I'm glad that all the people are doing this for him. It's a good thing.
And I also want to say thank you to my Grindcore colleagues here, Carlos, Enrique, Claire, and Tom, and George, and Lorraine, and Frank, Brizuela. I mean, all kinds of people that are just helping us out. Like, I can do this, I can volunteer to do that. So it's just become like a big collective of just people, you know, helping out. And because, of course, we have the love for the music, and that's like important, I think.
And it's the first time that this event is actually coming together. You know, so, and it's
First of many.
Yeah, first of
it's gonna
many.
Be, an event to remember for anyone that attends it, I'm
I
sure.
want to say
Quite a
thank you to Repulsion too, and for Matt coming out and having dinner with us.
Yeah, Repulsion was a big influence
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely.
We're
So-
really excited to see them. I mean, along with all the other bands, but
The various radio stations, you know, including KXLU, of course. You know, I think what everyone was saying too is, I just want to add to that, is all the people that did come together for this. You know, it's people that just came out of the blue. I mean, and said, hey man, we could let us help with this, let us help with that, and it's just become, you know, these are people that were there from the beginning. We're still here now, and I think it's amazing that everybody has pitched in their little part for this show. It's the first time I think that different promoters are coming together, and different key people in the scene are coming together for an event. Everybody's in their part, and I think that's what's causing this event to become a little bit bigger. Well, it's bigger than we thought it was going to be.
it's become a bit of a celebration more than just an event.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
think everyone in LA, if you consider yourself a fan of Grindcore, you need to be at this event for many, many reasons. I mean, aside from just the killer lineup, it's going to be a real celebration of Jesse and just the scene, and how LA, the LA scene was so pivotal in just the whole movement in general, getting out to the rest of the world.
Definitely. Yeah, we were all very proud of Jesse, you know, when not only being fans of his music prior, but when he joined Napalm, I mean, that was a big deal. Because, you know, Lee Dorian and Bill Steer, those are big shoes to fill. So they pretty much grabbed an all-star lineup of the underground. Mitch Harris, Barney.
And
Jesse,
to
the
top it
ultimate.
off, they recorded World Downfall, and that
Isn't that
was just a
insane?
one-time thing,
Yeah.
and that was like complete magic.
Well,
that
it's
album.
magical. That's why it came together like that. It was just kind of meant to be, you know, with the production and the performance and the riffs, just everything, and the song.
Yeah, we can't deny that World Downfall was a definite
It's
influence.
a 10 out of 10. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, it's
Definitely.
it's a perfect album.
Oh, yeah.
It
without
is.
a doubt.
It is.
One of very few.
All-time great, any form of music, you can put it up. It's up there with the Beatles for me. You know, any of the Beatles classic albums, World Downfall's up there for me. Because I take this music very serious, you know. Just like regular rock and roll. It's just a much more extreme version of that, obviously. But
Yeah, and the influence is obvious. There's a band named World Downfall. There's a magazine called Terrorizer. So, and it all started with the seed of Jesse, and you know, in those early days.
most definitely.
Indeed.
Jump back into some music.
Yeah, should we play a track from the Excruciating Terror?
Oh, yeah.
What track?
Uh,
Tracks, the shorties.
oh, man. Just let's play a few. Start off with track 3 of that CD I put in there. We'll
Let's
just
do
let
that.
it play for a bit.
Let's let it play. KXLU, more to come regarding
Divided
Grindcore.
We Fall ET.
Yeah. 310-338-5958, 310-338-KXLU. Right now, more tunes.
Sorry, there's like 100 songs.
Yeah, I know. Well, I can start somewhere and we'll just keep it going.
Yeah, Victor might be listening online.
Nah, he probably passed out. Probably passed out all.
The stash from hell. What's up, brother? I don't know if you guys are listening, but if you are, we played some ET for you. Looking forward to that set. We wanted to do a ticket giveaway.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
absolutely. The phone number here, 310-338-5958, 310-338-KXLU.
2 tickets.
And yeah, we'll do a pair of of tickets.
A
When
pair.
we stop talking, if you call now, I'm just gonna ignore your call because we're talking.
Yeah. Where's that master manager again? Did you talk to Paul yet, dude? What's up with Paul, man? Let's get master on this show.
So make sure if you want to go to
We'll
the
plug
Grindcore
that
show,
in,
September 14th at the Vex.
What'd you say? Something about food?
Yeah, Mike had caught that.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
There's gonna be food at the show apparently.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
we're working hard on bringing not just another gig or show, but just to kind of add a little bit of a variety of stuff like food. We're gonna have vendors. We're gonna have
Nice.
like maybe a slideshow, some old archive picture displays. So yes.
It's a real tribute.
Of course, someone is calling now when I said, don't call now.
Put him on the air. Let's talk to him.
Maybe it's got good.
No, I'm,
Maybe
I'm,
someone-
Doug,
It's the
you
master
got some
manager.
friggin' tickets?
No, different phone number. Maybe he's got 2 cell phones. He's busy managing a few
Oh,
different acts.
he's a creep. Maybe it's Paul Speckman.
He's a creep.
Put me on the
Does
show.
Paul Speckman have a 213 number?
Okay, maybe not.
All right. In any event, as soon as we're done talking, we're gonna give away this pair of tickets. So call back.
I want to say something. I want to say thank
Please.
you to Erin for letting me out early so I can make it to his awesome interview. I
Thanks,
know
Erin.
she's
Yeah.
listening, Erin.
We had a fly down
Aaron
here.
rules.
You should have seen Enrique drive down here.
Fine.
Enrique drives?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I had 2 seatbelts on.
The 405 just got way more dangerous.
Yeah.
And I only had 6 beers.
Oh.
So who should we give tickets away to? Like a 6th caller or something like that?
156th caller.
156 caller.
Yeah,
Well, we'll get that in no minute. You know,
busy here.
we're gonna be here till 6 in the
We're making
morning.
pancakes.
Yeah.
That was a big
Everyone's go get the pancakes ready because we're gonna be here for a while.
66th caller.
We'll do 6 caller as in
Grindcore
6.
pancakes?
Grindcore pancakes.
Grindcore pancakes.
So anyone that's called back, and we're gonna play more tunes.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. What do we got, man?
I don't know. What do we got? You tell me. What are we gonna play?
We're going to do some lockup.
Yeah.
Well, we could do some lockup.
Anything in particular?
Jesse's on there. I don't know. What do you guys want to hear? Lockup. I'm not even familiar with that band, so. I know Jesse was in it. At the Gates Dude. The big drummer from Cradle Filth, Nick, right?
Nick Barker was in
And
it.
then Embry? Shane? Shane in
Shane.
that band?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Fellow Mushroom Head, Shane, fellow Grindfather, Shane Embry.
Yeah. Any particular?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, we love Shane, though.
I'll find something.
Yes,
Yeah.
we love Shane.
Shane rules. He,
Shane rules.
AKA Ongo.
he's infamous for getting really drunk and talking about his Weirmock / genocide demo tape. He's obsessed with that tape. That and the Deep Wound tape. I don't remember.
I don't know anybody who has a deep wound tape.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's where it started. I think like